Hey man, welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode, we are going to work on this house pad a little bit more today. I've got this grater blade I'm going to try out. Some people have been asking about it, and we're going to try it out today. I think I tried it out a little bit. I was just kind of playing around with it, trying to figure out how to use it and stuff like that. I didn't want to, make a video about like learning how to use it, which, might have been alright too. But the couple key points that I figured out right away were similar to like mowing your yard or brush hogging or whatever. The equipment likes to be used like when it's least convenient for you, right? It'd be nice to be able to mow first thing in the morning, but you got that layer of dew on the grass, and the mower likes to run in dry, hot, dry grass, right? Same with the brush hog. I think it's the same with this. We finally got some rain around here, and now we got, I guess they're called flood mosquitoes or something that can grow up to an inch long. I've had a few of those attacking me, so that's fun. So not only is it not great like any time of the day, but the ground is really saturated, and the grater blade doesn't like to run on wet ground. But it did give me a chance to see like the low spots, right, where water was pooled. I came back here after we got a couple inches of rain, and there was a couple pools of water. So what I did, I set my level in the middle of that pool, now that it's dry, and then went around and looked at like all of the high points. So there's a spot in the middle that's like 6 inches low from other spots kind of around it. So I'm going to take this grater blade and try to I'm going to use it back, pushing backwards. I'm going to flip it around and try to push dirt out using it backwards like that. And then I'm going to tilt it to the side and use it kind of like it was meant to be used. So let's take a look and see how it does with the ground, semi-saturated. But got a little bit of work today. Should be a good episode. Sit back, grab a frosty beverage. Welcome to Man Time. Alright, so this is the first spot that I'm going to be working on. This is like the highest spot right over here, and it's like 6 inches high. And you can see there, I've already kind of been working on it. You can see those kind of trails of dirt running down through there. That's where the blade was sitting, and it was kind of like falling out the wrong side of it, right? It's tilted one way, but there's stuff kind of pouring out the side where it's not supposed to be going. I did find that the best way to run it is like with almost the most angle that it has to avoid those little mounds of dirt coming out the other end. Now the low spot is right down here, and again that's about 6 inches lower, and even as much as 8 inches in some of the really high spots. But we're going to start over here on this side, and I'm going to show you kind of what that grater blade does hooked up to the back of the tractor. What a glorious day out today. Alright, so I've got a nice row going here, and a couple tips when you're doing this. The first initial time you drop the blade, it's going to take a big scoop of dirt, right? So you kind of want to do that like at a high spot where you intentionally want to move that big piece of dirt from one side to the other. So I'm doing that just back over here off camera a little bit, but I've made a couple swipes here, and so I'm scooping that big scoop of dirt initially, and then just kind of dragging it, and this whole side I'm kind of pushing this way, and you can almost see the grade go down as I'm doing that. But let's make a pass here, and basically what I'm doing is running over the center of this big piece here to have as little spillage, I guess you could call it, out the other end. Let's do one. So there was a couple different ways getting it done there. Running down this one, running over the already pushed over pile through the middle of the blade, and then over here I did a fresh pass, and you can kind of see the difference there. It pushes it. I don't know. It just seems like the ground is too wet. I feel like if the ground was drier, the thing would just work better, right? The sand and the dirt would be a little bit more pliable to just move and flow from one side to the other versus being wet and kind of compact. So another way you can use the box blade is like it's set up here. The blade is facing back. I've got a couple ribs of high spots, like going this way, the way that I was pushing the dirt where it's high. But you know, the box blade, it only does so much for you. It's going to push the dirt regardless of the ups and downs, right? Those ups and downs are still going to be there. So I'm going to try to push some of those ridges down and then make some more passes across this way. But let's see how it works going backwards. So here again, this is kind of similar to a box blade. It fills up and then it's just kind of pushing the rest of the way. So in order to get a good dig, you kind of got to start at the back, get that dropped off, and then come in. Or vice versa, start where I started, push it out, and then go about halfway and start pushing out again. That doesn't look half bad. I mean, it's a pain, my neck. I mean, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and only be able to look one direction. But you might be asking yourself, like, why don't you just use the front bucket? Well, the front bucket, you're constantly, like, working the hydraulics to try to maintain some sort of level, and it comes out just choppy. And that was actually really nice, to dig that in and push it and have, you know, consistent, you know, thickness of grade coming off of there. And you might also be saying, well, the box blade can do the same thing. Well, yeah, I mean, you're right, it can, but it's pretty slick to be able to just turn it around, use it like a box blade, and then flip it around and use it like a grater blade too, though, right?
So anyway, one more thing, one more trick that it can do that a box blade can't. Let's go look at it. So this situation behind me here is one problem that I've always had with the box blade. If you've got a row of trees or a fence line or something that you're box blading beside, it is always going to be higher than like what you're box blading. And that's exactly what's happened here. I've got some trees and some brush that was kind of, you know, up here, so I wanted to kind of stay away from it for the sake of the tines on the box blade. But the problem with that is you get a rut down here, and now you're driving sideways, and the box blade is pushing down and actually digging deeper where you don't want to dig, and not really doing anything to where you do want to dig. So let's see if we can get this thing articulated around here to where it will work for us to make this not have this slope coming down from beside this tree in this kind of brush area here. So let's get her flipped back around here. We got our pin in the front side of it here. And man, I tell you what, with a bunch of dirt inside of here, it does not move like it used to. That PB Blaster was a godsend in here. Okay. All right, we got it. So what we're going to want to do, I think, be the best way, would be to actually move it down off of the side of this. So that's what I'm going to do. Not very much slope on it. See if we can find a hole kind of in here. Yeah, that should work. And then, so if you're thinking about this, as it's driving up on that slope, this side is up, and it's trying to dig in this side. So what I want to do is actually have it dig in to the side that's going up on the slope. So that's going to be like this, right there. All right, let's try this. Well, that didn't go so well. There was one factor that I missed, and I realized it almost as I was getting done there, but as I was coming around that corner, you know, that 3-point was swinging out, and it was much further out this way, you know, than I wanted it to be. So it was kind of still digging in, not where I wanted it to be. But the fix for that is that hydraulic cylinder, right? We've got that third angle of adjustment there. So rather than it being, you know, swung out this way, I can actually switch that cylinder around to the other side and have it pushed out, you know, beyond the tire. And I could even just leave the cylinder and come at it from the other direction, which is probably what I'm going to do. Change this angle around so it's still pushing down off of the top, and then switch it so it's to the passenger side of the vehicle, and then use that hydraulic cylinder, swing it out, you know, to this side where it's on the other side of the tire, and then I think I'm going to have pretty good results with it. But alright guys, I think I showed pretty much all of the tips and tricks here I can think of using this box blade so far, or this grater blade. If you get one of these 3-points, maybe some of that will help you. Remember, it works a lot better when it's dry. Found that out. But there you go. Now you know. Get out there, have you some man time too.